All right, let's stay then with developments in the Western Cape and speak to Francina Lukas, who is the Community Policing Forum Cluster Chair, as well as Ndithini Thyido. He is the Chair of the Khayelitsha Development Forum. Good afternoon to you both, and thank you so much for your time. Of course, there's lots that is going on in the Western Cape in terms of policing, but I'd like us to start with the issues around some of the killings that we've seen, the multiple killings that have been problematic in the area of Khayelitsha. I'll start with you, Ms. Lukas. What do you understand when you deal with communities is behind this?
Good afternoon, Bongiwe, and the viewers. For us as the Community Policing Forum is the killings that we've witnessed the past few weeks and the years also that has passed. It is really for us, it's a sad situation. It's a situation that we cannot tolerate anymore. The crime levels is really escalated, and we want to see that the SAPS are working with us as the community so that we can address this problem. But we also want to see that other government departments in all spheres of government, that's your local government, provincial and national government, work with us, because by working together, we can fight crime and we can reduce the crime in our communities as a collective.
I'll come to you, Dr. Thyido, because one of the things that we saw when the Khayelitsha Commission was sitting and probing what is happening in Khayelitsha, one of the things that was clear is that there was a breakdown in relations between residents and some of the SAPS members that are stationed in Khayelitsha. Have things improved on the ground?
Yes, I can say it has improved significantly. At all our stations, we have very active, very vibrant community policing forums. And the function of the community policing forum is basically to build the bridge between the community and the police, to restore the confidence that there is in our police, but also to build and to mend relations between the police and the community. So through the CPF, we are working very hard to make sure that the trust is restored, that we jointly identify problems which are there, but also jointly work together to address those problems.
I'll move to you then, Mr. Thyido. One of the things that, of course, is of concern is the rapid rate at which Khayelitsha is growing. You're looking at the fact that police are still sometimes not even able to go through into some of these particular areas. Let's look at the service delivery challenges then that are making it difficult for policing.
Thank you very much, Bongiwe, and good afternoon. The MEC speaks correctly about the urban design and the Commission on Police makes very strong recommendation to the municipality as it relates to access roads, to street lighting, and house numbering, Bongi. For some people elsewhere, they may think that we're exaggerating these things. When you are amongst or between the facts, you want to report a would-be gender-based violent incident in a home, you are not able to say at house number 268 this is happening, because there are no house numbers. Now these are serious realities that hamper even our own work as communities. What I'm observing and worryingly so, Bongiwe, is the fact that if you listen to the MEC as she speaks about activities that she says are science-based, that are happening in Khayelitsha. Strangely, we don't know about the things that the MEC is talking about. That's a worry, really. As I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, these are good things. On their own, they are good things. But the question is, who are these stakeholders that they work with? Mrs. Lukas knows where we are at. All the station commanders knows where we are at. The cluster commander of police knows where we are at. We are talking to various institutions who are experts on these fields. The provincial commissioner knows where we are meeting. All the government departments know. Now, sometimes you sit back and ask yourself a question. Whose interest that is being served by having separate activities? Who are you serving when you do that? Because you are trying to pull all resources together, that we work together. We know the community. Government probably knows how to govern.
So
experts and professors are giving opinions on these matters. Interestingly, all of these people agree that we need to work in one place. We've got what is called 7784, which is Khayelitsha area code. 7784 safety and security. Mrs. Lukas is going to tell you who everybody, all CPFs, all neighborhood watches, heads of various departments, Department of Health, all the magistrates, court managers, everybody is in one group.
So,
now,
Mr. Thyido, allow me to come in there. Pardon me. Allow me to come in there. I'm listening to what you're saying. It sounds like you are hinting at something that we saw happening ahead of the local government elections. There was an accusation that some of the parties are politicizing policing issues in the Western Cape. It sounds to me like you're hinting towards a political interference or even political situation that is preventing policing to happen effectively.
That is correct, Bongwe. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because, look, we hear about the leap, né? We hear about them being deployed. You ask yourself, in these areas where they are said to be deployed, nobody accounts of what they do and where they do it. We recently called the Minister of Police, the General Masemula, who is now appointed National Commissioner, General Nchinga, who's the head of detectives, everybody in one room.
All right.
So I'm saying we wish to know how are they accountable to what they do.
Let me pose that question to Ms. Lukas then. Ms. Lukas, you're listening to the Khayelitsha, community here through its representative, Ndithini Thyido. They're talking about the fact that there seems to be a disconnect between what is said by officials like yourselves or even the police themselves as to and what is happening on the ground. What do you say to some of what you've just heard?
No, I think Mr. Thyido is not necessarily referring to the police or to the CPF because we have a very good working relationship. We are part of the latest initiative in Khayelitsha to address whatever is happening with regards to crime collectively. I think what is missing is for the city of Cape Town to come on board, is for the provincial government not only to release media statements, but come to the table, sit around the table with us so that we can plan as a collective and also execute as a collective. Many things are missing. Mr. Thyido spoke about it, the environmental design of the townships, house numberings, cameras, street lights, all those things. And the mandate is with the city, it's with the provincial government to look that our communities are well serviced when it comes to those things. Where policing is concerned, we have a very good relationship. We are working as a collective, but still there are those vacuums, as I've highlighted, that needs to be filled so that as a collective, really we can say we are serving our people.
Ms. Lukas, thank you so much for that. We are going to raise these concerns that you are raising with the Provincial Commissioner, who we are also going to be in conversation with, because, as you say, police are trying their best, but there's now, this particular thing that is throttling them around the distribution of resources. But let's leave it there for now with both of you. That was Francina Lukas. She is the Community Policing Forum's Cluster Chair, as well as Ndithini Thyido, the Khayelitsha Development Forum Chairperson. We'll try to get some of these answers to the questions they're raising with the Provincial Commissioner on the other side of this.